Hello, in this one, a gloves craft. I'm starting with Spick Authority for the reflect damage multiplier, but you can start with Level Authority for the poison damage flat. Cause poison damage flat can be recrafted on the bench into any other type of flat damage. It doesn't matter which one you're gonna start with, the chances are basically exactly the same, as you're gonna want to have all of those two authorities that I mentioned before. In this case, I also selected attack speed multiplier, but it was only for experimenting and I didn't use it later. I was thinking about other type of craft, but it didn't work out. So I have reflect damage multiplier, that's what I want. Imbue all of the affixes, otherwise you're not gonna be able to transfer. All 6 has to have some kind of affix. On the second base, I'm looking for Sebda. It's a physical damage flat. In your case, you can select any other authority for the type of damage that you do. For the transfer, I'm gonna do it the cheaper way, which is gear partial transfer, as I have many bases, and you only need reflect damage prefix, which is really easy to craft. In this case, I succeeded, and I kept it. Right now, it's gonna be the most expensive part, in which we need to use the Serpent's Essence. I'm adding suffix removal, rare imbue, and Serpent's Essence. In this case, I'm removing one of the prefixes that is non-authority, removing the suffix, and imbuing the prefix. This is basically the main idea of how to get that physical damage flat in my case. In your case, it can be cold damage, fire damage, or whatever other type of damage you do. After you get your authority that you were looking for, in my case it was physical damage flat, you want to do another transfer. However, in this case, I'm gonna use legendary reversion, and that's how it works. I make my item legendary, I change just authority to lower, which is the last one I need, using legendary reversion to remove the legendary part, and now back to using serpents. As my item right now is wind authority, that means I can imbue the poison damage flat. We are using the same idea, removing the non-authority prefix, removing the suffix, and imbuing the prefix again. And we do this till we get that poison damage flat authority. After we get the poison damage flat, our use for Serpent's Essences on this build is done. We're not gonna need those anymore. Next step is another base. In this case, we are looking for Quill Authority for attack speed amplification, and this is gonna be the last transfer. I'm using the fixed suffix. In this case, I'm selecting a one suffix, any suffix, and at the same time, one suffix is gonna transfer and all of the prefixes. As our craft is mainly the prefix, I want all of the prefixes to transfer. Right now, we have to work on our suffix, as this is the last thing we're gonna do. In this case, I'm looking for attack speed amplification, authority mod, then critical rate, and maximize damage. In your case, you might look for some different things depending on your build, so that one is up to you. The main idea is that you want to get that attack speed amplification. And remember to use the suffix imbue essences, the unique ones, otherwise you're gonna break your craft. I got what I wanted. Suffix craft is most of the time really fast, especially when you are not looking for anything too specific. Vesper Ring is next. I only used one on the video, but actually I used like 20 of those, and I was happy with the results I got. I didn't want to invest anymore. Right now, we're rolling the values. Aim for as high as you can, as when the item is legendary, you won't be able to do this anymore. In my case, I was looking for as much attack speed amplification, and then as high as possible flat damages. In this case, it's physical damage. As poison damage is gonna be recrafted later, so it doesn't matter that much. After that, I made my item legendary, and was looking to roll a little bit of quality. Quality in here is only gonna increase the dodge rate. I have more than enough dodge rate, so I'm not gonna aim for too high quality, not gonna invest in too much. 26, in this case, is more than enough. Another thing to do is the alchemy bench crafting. In this case, I'm looking for physical damage amplification on the reflect damage roll. At the same time, you want to do a high craft on this and roll the poison damage flat into your type of main element type. In my case, it would be poison damage flat into physical damage flat. However, because we have a charm blessing, and charm blessing gives us conversion if you have it at 230%, that means that poison damage flat, it actually works for us a little bit, and it's not necessary to do it. But if you want the best option, you want to hit Highcraft, and that poison damage should become your type of damage flat. In this case, I got physical damage multiplier, which I left. It's not a bad deal. After you've done with that, the last thing to do is just to look for authority implicit. In this case, I was looking for a little bit more damage, so I chose damage when my dexterity, strength, and intelligence is 150 and more. If you don't have those stats, just choose whatever you can. There is plenty of options. With this, craft is done. Bye bye, and see you in the next one.